because we are throughout this United Kingdom, and it doesn't really matter which part of the United Kingdom you're from, we are all standing up against this pensions injustice. In a generation where NHS workers continue to stand alongside other public sector workers, the government thinks that you can carry on working until you're 68. Lifting patients or equipment, standing at a bench all day, or getting up in the middle of the night to do your on-call duties. Is that fair? And we as trade unionists believe it isn't, so we'll stick with that. Currently, the attacks on people's pensions come on top of, within the NHS, attacks on terms and conditions, such as on-call and shift premium, and many of you that work in the health service will be embroiled in all those negotiations, except that in the main, most hospitals cannot provide us with the information. It's increased job insecurity, workloads and stress, attacks on trade union facility time, the Health and Social Care Bill, which will privatise our NHS, and which we are desperately trying to curtail. But pay cuts in real terms. Yesterday it was announced that there's going to be a pay freeze in the public sector. Well, what's new? And once that pay freeze is out of the way, a 1% pay rise. That on the back of the lowest NHS worker paying an additional 3.2% pension. So in real terms, you are minus 2.2% already. What's new? One of the starkest results of the Tory-led deep and vicious spending cuts is that public sector has fallen by 240,000 over the past year, and over 50,000 of those have been job cuts in the NHS. Each of these job cuts represents a cut in the public service, a cut in the wards, a cut in the ability to treat patients. But that's not your problem, because you're not the ones that are trying to cut these services. This government is. If we now look at what the government is purportedly saying to us, it's attacking is in language that's misleading to the general public, and it's distorting the truth about public sector workers, and it's distorting the truth about you. So you need to get that message out to your friends, your family, and in some cases your colleagues who have been taken in by this. The government is producing lies which in turn are creating you as the pariahs of society. That's what we've got to deal with. So public sectors, as one of the earlier speakers has said, are not gold-plated. If you can manage to get £5,000 at the end of a 40-year career in the NHS, then you're doing well. But if we go to career average pensions, everybody suffers, but still disproportionately women workers suffer more, because they're the people that will be going out, they'll be having children, if they choose to do so, they'll be the carers in the main. We all know that, we all understand. But if it's a career average pension, every time there's a gap in service, it will reduce the amount of pension that they get, because their careers won't be the 40 years. They won't even be 30 in some cases. They might be 20. But that will be at different parts of their life, and they will still have to deal with the issues affecting their family and poverty in retirement. So what I'm asking you to do, as we all are, is to keep up this fight, because if we don't, this government won't listen. They seem to want to listen to the bankers. They want the £2 billion surplus in the NHS pension scheme to go into the Treasury, to pay off the debts, because they're supporting the bankers. We want it to pay you. This is, in effect, theft of your pension. What I will say is, at the end of all this, the one statement that we should be making to everybody is enough is enough. And we, as the workers within Taunton, are saying quite clearly, we have had enough. Let's try and get people to talk to us, but if they don't want to, then it's not our problem. They're the ones that are delivering this problem onto everybody's doorstep. So please, carry on, fighting the good fight. I sound like I'm in church. But we will be doing more of these, I can guarantee it, in the future. Thank you.